fate decides, a troll must bow, Chieftain Narjak Firstborn told his cub. Akrog must carry the tribe now. Narjak has spoken. Slowly, Akrog looked up from the bloody mud. Akrog cannot. He is not ready. Narjak's gaze was like fog. Take care of them, cub. Them and him. Both. Shield the tribe, and shield Noag. Those were Chieftain Narjak's last words to his cub Akrog after a ballista bolt from the Tusk Hunters pierced right through his chest. Fabled warrior, leader of the Moonkin Trolls, last of the mythical firstborn, killed by elven poachers. It was not only Narjak's heart the bolt impaled that day, but also that of the Moonkin tribe, weakened by the terrible blood-rot plague and decimated by the hunters. They had long been struggling for survival. With their mighty chieftain gone, the last ray of hope still shining was Noag, Akrog's younger sibling who had inherited Narjak's legendary power. The chieftain's wish for Akrog to succeed him surprised many kin, but it surprised Akrog most of all. True, he was a strong and honorable warrior, but far from the Moonkin's best. All he had was the peculiar gift to hear the voices of the dead, and an iron will to do right by his sire's last words. Was he ready for this? He could not say. Yet when the tribe demands, a troll must bow. And so Akrog found himself giving his first command as a chieftain to be. The Moonkin would travel to Mugwa's cradle, a shrine guarded by the Bonekin Trolls, to perform the Devouring, the sacred ritual where the new chieftain consumed the old chieftain's heart to take up his role. This story begins the day the Bruised tribe arrived at the cradle, where Akrog, joined by his mentor Grungwar and his trusted one Zaska, ventured out to find a holy plant for the ritual, Mugwar's Tear. Little did Akrog know that the true trial of the Moonkin Trolls had just begun. No matter what the trolls may think of Chieftain Akrog, trust not the foul tusks who say he had everything given to him on a moon silver platter. All because his sire was chieftain before him. Oh no, little cubs. The hunger, the blood rot, the hunters. The Moonkin had become but a shadow, and in the span of a day, it became Akrog's calling to lead them back to Mugwa's light. The day he and his two companions went out to prepare Narjak's last rites would be but the beginning of his troubles.
Are these the ones?
Magwa's tears, the sacred plants, blessed by the goddess herself.
Pity she always cries in hard-to-reach places. It was a rotten pain to get here.
One blew Makrog to embalm the chieftain's corpse for the devouring. Harm not the others.
Akrog wants not to disrespect Mugwa, but why can they not pluck more? This is a brittlebone ruin. If the Moonkin pluck them not, someone else will.
Akrog speaks true, but still, the laws demand it. These blooms are gifts from Mugwa to the sacred earth, and the only time a troll can rip them from the soil is for the rites.
Akrog understands. Akrog remembers hearing that the Brittlebones use these blooms too, no? The Sharbeard ones.
The elves, it is true. They call them Lenya, and greedily tear them from the soil to use for their hexes. Typical lightling ways, if Grungwar is asked. They think themselves so much holier than the dark races. But in the end, all they do is take, and take.
Akrog has a question. If the blooms are so powerful, perhaps they could help with the blood rot. Surely Mugwa would understand.
Akrog's sire said the same thing.
He said that? When?
Oh, hundreds of moons ago. Back when the blood rot first showed. Akrog was still a little cub, and little Moonblood was not yet born. The eyes picked 3 blooms, and Shepherd Crumb brewed a potion from them. But it helped not. In truth, it only made the trolls that drank it worse.
Worse?
The hex power of the blooms is too strong, even for a troll's flesh.
All right.
And it is done. The bloom has been plucked.
Back to the cradle, then? Before the big little oaf Noag goes mad with worry, thinking they tumbled off a cliff?
Akrog still thinks they should have taken Noag with them. It would have helped his dark thoughts.
Noag's gloom is the reason it would have been unwise to take him. Give him time to mourn. As the moon blood, and soon the same blood of the chieftain, he knows there will be little of that in the moons to come.
Grungwar speaks true. Let them march back. They have lost too much time already.
Wait, before they leave, Grungwar has an unusual wish. He would like to pluck a bloom for himself.
What for? The devouring?
No, it is... The Moonkin have been running for so long, Chieftain. Grungwar dreams that one day they will find a true home somewhere. A tribe camp to last, so to speak.
That is a fool's dream. As long as the Moonkin are hunted, they need to keep moving. And either way, what have Mugwa's tears to do with this?
Well, it may sound foolish, but Grungwa would like to hold on to that bloom and then plant it in the Moonkin's future tribe camp, like a totem of hope, to show how far the Moonkin have come. But the choice lies with Agrog. After all, it is against Mugwa's laws.
Can the bloom survive that long?
It can. Forget not, Agrog. These are no normal blooms, but ones that brim with Mugwa's hex power. Grungwa will need to take good care of it, of course.
Believes Grungwa truly that this tribe camp will ever exist?
To speak the truth, he knows not. But to use Chieftain Narjik's words, when a troll must choose between hope and fear, why choose the latter?
So he can be prepared.
One can prepare for the worst, while still hope for the best. Fear only darkens the mind.
Why is Grungwa asking for Akrog's blessing? Akrog is not chieftain yet.
Yet, by the next sunup, he will be.
Fine. Grungwa can pick it.
Grungwa thanks the chieftain. He...
There, old fur. His precious little bloom.
Zoska should not have done that. The blooms are sacred.
Well, Zaska just did, and he still stands here, looking as good as ever. Now, how about they leave this place?
Fine. Back to the cradle, then.
What can he do for the tribe?
That man's plan from the start.
What?
Is trusted one all right?
He is.
Let Zazka
And
go.
it is open. Strange.
Maybe Zaramak could learn a thing or two from these ruins.
Brittle bone craftsmanship never brings anything good.
Going now.
It is like the other one, but the stick is missing. This works not.
What is that?
That should work. Let Grungwa take a closer look. What on earth?
Easy. You will lead the way.
This looks interesting.
Interesting. Probably.
Bugs, careful.
Only fools challenge the Moonkin. What curse them?
Dead.
What on Urgath is this?
Pretty. Huh. What now? More trouble? What is that?
Moving now.
Let Zazka go.
The Moonkin cannot go through here.
True. But there is a hex stone. If they can kindle the...
There they are. Trusted one, Nerbak One Eye. What is he doing here?
looking for them. The fat Bonekin chieftain was getting worried.
The tears were harder to find than they thought.
Cub Akrog, Nurbok will tell him one more time. The Moonkin should break off the devouring and move on. If they stay in this clearing for too long, the hunters will come for them.
Nerbok, they talked about this. The chieftain must be devoured, so Magua can pass on his power to the chosen chieftain. Narjok would want...
What Narjok would want is for the tribe to survive. But Nurbok has said his piece. It is clear the tribe would rather listen to a fresh-tusked cubling who hears voices in the wind.
Narjak was Akrog's sire. If anyone knows what he would have wanted, it is Akrog.
What? Has Akrog become a lightling now, where blood ties matter more than one's tribe? It is true, Akrog is Narjak's cub, but that makes him no closer to Narjak than any other kin.
Nerbok speaks true, Akrog. He may be Narjak's cub and feel a strong bond to him, but a cub belongs to the tribe, regardless of his sire. That is what Magwa's laws demand.
There. Listen to Grungwar.
Nerbok knows that Akrog wanted not to be chieftain. His sire, Narjak, chose this.
In his dying moments, with a big brittle-bone throwing spike through his chest, he either chose Akrog because dying made him confused, or simply because Akrog was his cub. Nerbok knows not what is more pathetic.
Nerbok, it was the chieftain's word.
That makes it no less wrong.
The eyes have not seen hunters for 6 sundowns now. Nerbok really believes they are in danger?
The tribe is always in danger, and they will never be safe. Not as long as the Tusk Hunters are out there. Not as long as the blood rot takes warrior after warrior and kills their cubs before they are born. Not as long as there is never enough to eat.
A true ray of sunshine.
No one asked for Small Tusk's opinion.
Is Nerbok done?
He is. Make no mistake. Nerbok treasured Narjak like he treasures Grungwar. But Narjak was a great chieftain because he put others first. Surely Akrog knows that, after what his sire did for Nerbok and Akrog both.
Akrog knows, Nerbok. But what honor have the trolls left if they let these rotten brittle bones crush even their most sacred traditions? Now, can Nerbok kindle the Hexstone?
He can. Oh, and Zaska Smalltusk?
What?
Nerbok knows the Smalltusk has been scheming. He will keep an eye on him.
Then how will he see where he is going?
What was Nerbok talking about? About Zazka scheming?
Scheming makes it sound very bad. He will tell Trusted One Akrog after the devouring.
Kin should not have secrets from each other, Zaska.
Interesting. What is Akrog waiting for? They need to bring the tears to the Bonekin.
That bear. Nerbok crushed it?
Nerbok crushed it, but it was already hurt when he came here.
Maybe a Bonekin hunter killed it then.
Or a brittle bone.
Anuk's eyes have scouted the jungle. They say there is no one in sight, neither Brittlebone nor Greenskin.
True. Well, it will be a good meal for the ill and wounded. Nerbok will take it back to the tribe.
A wise idea. Best ask Crumb who needs it most.
Why would Nerbok accuse Zazka of scheming?
Ask him himself. The small tusk is standing right there.
And he was about to say the same thing. Akrog, Zaska will tell him after the devouring. Now is not the time.
Fine. Akrog will leave now.
He will.
Sharp tusks and thick hide, then.
He is on his way.
What is this?
The tribe must survive!
Can a troll not rest for a moment?
They shall die next. He might be old, but his tusks are still sharp. Making life and plants flourish all around it.
Pity all that power. If he insists. This way?
He is going.
What is needed of him?
By the Holy Hide, if it is not chosen Chieftain Akrog Bone Crusher. Cabrax was about to ask the bones if something happened to them.
Chieftain Cabrax, Magua prays. It is true, finding the tears was harder than they thought. The Brittlebone ruin was swarming with bugs.
Good for the tears, bad for the many Brittlebone treasure hunters who search them. Ha! Come! Show him. Ah, good. Very good. Mugwa will be pleased. Now all they need is a tooth.
A sacred pierce stick. The Bonekin have none of their own.
Oh, of course they do. But the Moonkin will need to shape their own for their sacrifice.
Speaking of the sacrifice, has the Moonkin's bloodgiver arrived yet? Anuk? When Akrog left to find the tears, the Moonkin Eye Master said he could not be found.
Oh, he has arrived, it is true. A few hours ago. He wanted to be alone with his prayers, though, so Cabrax let him and his trusted one into the shrine. Cabrax understands, of course. Being a bloodgiver is a great honor, but it may not feel that way right now.
Akrog still understands not why the bones chose Anuk. The Moonkin need all the healers they can get, and his trusted one will be crushed.
Grangwar told Akrog, the bones are the will of Magua, and when she decides, the kin obeys.
Elder Grangwar said it, but Cabrax will speak long prayers for his trusted one.
Oh, splendid. That solves the problem.
Zaska, show respect.
Are the sacrifices truly necessary? The Moonkin have lost so many kin already, especially after the last hunter attack. It feels like a sin to kill another, even for the devouring.
Cabrax understands, Akrog. But without the blood sacrifice, the Bone King cannot summon Mugwa's cub, and without the cub as a river for her hex power, they cannot give the chieftain's power to the chosen chieftain. It is a great price, but a troll must pay it.
Akrog understands. He will talk to him once Cabrax allows them into the shrine.
Akrog should. Itzkar, the Bonekin Bloodgiver, would like to speak with him too, but they will cross that swamp when they come to it.
How can they shape a tooth? Grungwar said it. It is a sacred weapon.
Just like how the Moonkin shape their other weapons. All Akrog must do is find a hexed brittlebone weapon, scrap it, then have the Moonkin Master Scrapper use the parts to shape the tooth.
Can they not use the Bonekin's tooth? The Moonkin have no time.
No. If the Moonkin want the Bonekin to do the devouring, they must respect the tradition.
All right. Akrog meant no disrespect. Where can they find a hexed brittlebone weapon, though?
Oh, there are many places in this jungle. But Cabrax believes he heard the Moonkin's master scrapper, Zaramuk, speak of a brittlebone hideout up north.
His name is Zaramak. But good, Akrog will speak to him. Oh, and Chieftain Cabrax. Akrog is not chieftain yet, but he still thanks Cabrax in the name of the tribe. He knows many Bonekin wanted not the Moonkin so close to their shrine, with the hunters and the blood rot. Cabrax took a risk helping them, and Akrog will not forget it.
Look at that! The cub has his sire's silver tongue.
No, Akrog means it. Only the Bonekin can do the devouring. If not for Cabrax, Narjak would never find his way into the moonlit river, and Akrog could never be blessed with Narjak's strength.
True. But Narjak was not only a great chieftain, but also the last firstborn troll. To give him his last rites is a great honor. And as for the fool tusks afraid of catching the blood rot, what they need most is a fat fist to the face. They should know the rot cannot be passed from one troll to another, and be glad the Bonekin were mostly spared. Now off with Akrog. That tooth will not shape itself.
So be it. Sharp tusks and thick hide, Chieftain Cabrax. All right, to the tribe camp.
They should look for Noag, too. Let them hope he has done nothing silly.
They will.
Moving on.
Let Grungwa take a closer look.
Going now.
Let Akrog see. What is it that Warrior Narg needs?
Well, he feel foolish to ask.
Just speak.
Well, Tamer Julog, he say anything about Narg?
Like what?
Well, there is no good way to say it. Talag, Julog's trusted one. Narg there when hunters kill him.
Talig. Akrog remembers. That was many moons ago, was it not?
It is true, but Narg still remembers all too clearly. Talag fight like a true warrior, and Narg by his side. But then the hunters get too many, and Narg gets scared and run. He even hear Talag scream as the hunter untusk him and... Well, no matter. Narg want to ask Akrog if Julog would forgive him if he apologized for leaving Talag. Akrog has the gift of spirits, so he can know thoughts of the tribe, no?
I'm sorry. Akrog cannot read thoughts.
No? But he is blessed by Mugwa, and...
All the gift of spirits does is make him sleep badly and hear voices in the wind. But sometimes he wishes he could read thoughts. It would make things easier, especially now that he is about to be chieftain. Narg should just tell Julog he is sorry after the devouring. Let Julog decide whether to forgive him or not.
Narg see. Akrog is right. He must ask and hope for the best. Sometimes that is all a troll can do.
Narg speaks true. Now sharp tusks and thick hide. Akrog must prepare the devouring.
Sharp tusks and thick hide.
What? Oh, chosen chieftain Elder Grafer. Mugwa prays.
Mugwa praise.
Hello to Julog, too.
Are the beaks well?
Well, most are, but Zekil and Yurak starve. Crumb gave them some herbs against hunger, but they are still restless. How goes the devouring? The sooner the Moonkin can move on, the better.
They are still preparing it. Sharp tusks and thick hide, Julog.
Sharp tusks and thick hide.
Is ready.
Cursed rot.
Ah, Grorek. It is good to see him. Grorek.
Oh, sorry. Chosen Chieftain must excuse Grorak.
No need to be excused. But how is Krasik? Is he showing signs of healing?
Not yet, Chosen Chieftain. Krasik still has a fever, made worse by the blood rot. For now, the old fool slumbers.
Is his sickness so serious?
Grorak hopes not. Shepherd Crumb gave him some herbs to make him sleep.
It is kind of Grorag to watch over Krasik.
It is no trouble. He would do the same for Grorak. Probably.
A curse on the blood rot. Akrog thinks he has not seen Krasik sleep before.
He looks so peaceful, no? He still farts as much as ever, though. Grorak thinks that must be a good sign.
Let us hope so. Krasik is fortunate to have...
Grorak thanks the Chosen Chieftain.
That way.
What on Urgath is this?
What is this?
There. How feels he now?
Better. Speak true, Crumb. Warrior Higrak, he died.
The brittlebone stab stick missed the heart. In a few sundowns, he will walk again.
Good. Good.
Elder Grongwar, Chosen Chieftain Akrog, Hunters Aska, Mugwa praise. Crumb is glad to see they are back safely.
Mugwa praise, Shepherd Crumb, kind soul. How are the wounded?
Not well. Nagak and Tap will not live to see the next sundown. Higrak might mend, or he might not.
Might not. But Crumb told him he would be fine.
Sometimes a bit of hope and trust is enough to heal the worst of wounds. What of the devouring? Is it ready?
Almost. The Bonekin need a few more things.
Very well. Let Crumb know if he can help.
Tell Akrog, has Crumb seen Little Blood? Noak. He seems not to be in the tribe camp.
Strange. No, Crumb has seen him not. But he was very upset about their sire the whole day. Poor Noag. He still thought Ken lived forever.
Akrog will see if he can comfort him.
He should. Though this would have happened one day. Kin dies, and there is nothing a troll can do. It is a painful lesson they all must learn. And even though a troll should treat every moonkin as kin, it is no secret that the death of a trusted one or same blood can hurt more.
Either way, they need to find Little Blood. Has Crumb any idea where he went?
No, but he is sure he went not far. They should look in the jungle.
All right. Sharp tusks and thick hide, Crumb.
What is needed of him? Chieftain back? Good. What he need?
How are the scrap stocks of the Moonkin? Have the scrappers found enough to make up for what the Moonkin lost during the attack?
Zeramak can speak true?
Always.
Then, no, they not made up. Lost many scrappers that day. Nilak, Pengpek, Dookie. Terrible day for the Moonkin. Terrible day.
Terrible day it was.
But they trying. I, Master Anug, say their brittlebone battlefield up right from cradle. They have many scrap.
Maybe Zaska can help. He is small and has good eyes. Maybe he can find some.
No, Zaska. Scrappers enough.
All right.
Akrog is ready. Akrog is chosen chieftain, not chieftain. Not until the devouring has been done.
Chosen chieftain, chosen, chieftain, same thing. Zeramak no good with twisty words, so he call Akrog chieftain like Narjak now, less head hurt later. A fair choice. Cursed rot.
The Moonkin need to craft a tooth. Can Zeramak help with that?
Tooth for eating?
No. The holy weapon for the devouring. They have the pointy end, they just need a brittle bone pierce stick with hex power. Caprak said the scrappers found a brittle bone hideout up north.
Ah, the cave, true. It locked, but the scrappers find shiny metal to open it. Here, how it called?
A key. The scrappers went in already.
Not yet, because there are Erics and other creatures. But Chieftain and Grungmore strong. They can squish them. Maybe they take Little Moonblood too? He's so strong.
Maybe. Speaking of Little Blood, has Zeramak seen him?
Bit ago he have, but not now. Maybe he sleep in shelter?
Akrog will look. Either way, they will be back with the brittle bone pierce stick. Zeramak should stay ready.
He will. Oh, and Slig? Best ask now.
The chosen chieftain might be able to help Slig, if he has time. Just come and talk to him when he can.
Akrog needs Zeramak to shape something. To crush things.
What he need?
Scrapper Slig Stoutheart. You wanted to speak with Akrog?
It is true, chosen chieftain. Slig knows this is a strange time to be asking him for a favor, but chosen chieftain Akrog has always been happy to help the scrappers before.
He has, it is true. And what sort of help is needed this time?
Oh, the usual. Slig needs to bring back as much scrap as he can, so that he and the master scrapper can keep up with the need for weapons, armor, and all that stuff.
He needs Akrog to carry scrap?
No. Just shield Slig while he finds what they need. He gets so carried away with sorting that he would not even hear Mugwa's cub if it came sneaking up behind him. There is a crumbling brittlebone place southeast of here, where Slig might find some lovely scrap. Chosen chieftain knows where Slig means.
He knows. He was there not so long ago, looking for Mugwa's tears.
Perfect. So, has the chosen chieftain time to help Slig, just like in the good old days?
He has not really the time, but he cannot say no to Slig. What is his plan?
Mugwar prays. The chosen chieftain is so kind. Slig will meet chosen chieftain Akrog outside the Brittlebone ruins. It will not take Slig long to find out what he needs. Hopefully.
It had better not. Akrog will meet Slig there.
All right. He will see him soon.
What can he do for the tribe?
All right. Zeramak said the cave is to the north. And let them keep an eye out for Little Blood.
Trusted one gets used to the chieftain's speak quite quickly. As he should. Tribe. Over here, big shit. Feel the might of the Moon King! What is that? Let Zazka get a proper look. Let Grungwa take a closer look. Should be Nerbok.
Akrok too young. He... Oh, chosen chieftain.
This looks interesting.
Ibrak, Kutuk, the blood for the tribe for the blood.
Elder Greyfur, chosen chieftain Akrog, the blood for the tribe for the blood. Hunter Zazka.
I Kutuk. I Ibrak. How wonderful to see them.
What are they doing out here? Scouting?
I, Master Anug, tell them about strange sparkles in the jungle, so they go see.
Is nothing here, though.
Have they seen Little Blood? Noag. He is not in the tribe camp.
He not? They see someone go through bushes up north, but they think it one of Zaramak's scrappers. Now that Akrog say it, he probably too tall for scrapper.
Tall sounds about right. Let them hope he did nothing foolish. Strange sparkles. What meant, Anuk?
Ibrak and Kutuk asked themselves the same thing. He say the air wavy, like over a fire.
Grungwar, any idea what that could be?
Maybe X-Power. Hard to say.
Green spot mushrooms, maybe. They make the nearby air wavy.
Could be. It is true.
Speaking of I Master Anuk, where is he? He was not in the camp.
East of the cradle with few others. They say Crumb's beaks find nest of araks out there. Good for eating.
What sorts?
Kutuk no sure.
Let them pray to Magwa. They are blood fiends, then. Their flesh is the most nourishing.
Akrog heard them speak about him. Ibrak thinks Nurbok should have been chosen chieftain, and not Akrog.
He must hear wrong.
Well, that is enough to convince Zazka.
Shut up, small tusk, or Ibrak will make ugly face even uglier.
Kin harms kin not. Now speak true, or stay silent.
What he want Ibrak to say if they heard all?
Nothing. But Akrog will say this. He knows he is not as strong as his sire yet, but he will earn the Moonkin's respect.
Ibrak sees.
Good. Now, another question. All right, they will leave now. There are many things to do.
Sharp tusks and thick hide.
Is ready.
Destroy them!
What now?
More trouble.
What is this?
What is that?
He is going.
Crush!
They here?
Noak, quick.
Moonkin.
Even the worms would not eat such a beast. Go squish! For action. They see Noak strong. He make Eric go squish. He do same for Brittlebone, who kill Sire. All them.
As long as he leaves a handful for Zazka.
Zask'll get 5. Noak 5 T.
50. Why is Noag out here alone? It is dangerous.
Maybe for old Grumph. No for Noach. He's strong.
He is, but he is also the Moonblood, and the tribe needs him. Hunter Eric was killed by a wild wyvern just a few sundowns ago. What?
Noach, not Eric. And tribe like Noach cause he's strong. How he can stay strong if he always hiding in his shelter?
Hakrog is ready. It is not about hiding. It is about being strong together with the tribe. It is true, Little Blood can crush many Erics alone, but he will still only be one troll. The Moonkin together, though, they could crush all the Erics on Urgith.
Noach understand. But tribe need be stronger then, lots stronger. So next hunter attack, they will crush them all and build shelter from their bones and feed their flesh to the Moonkin cubs.
Mugwa septic utters, Noag. Take a deep breath. The hunters are not here.
But will be. And if Noach been stronger last time, Sire would still be here and
Oh, Little Blood. Calm. Be calm. It is not his fault Sire is dead.
Is everyone say Noach Moonblood? Noach blessed because he's so strong, but he not. When hunters came, he can do nothing. Nothing.
And neither could Akrog, or anyone. Noach is a Moonblood, it is true, but Sire was a First Blood, 10 times stronger than even Nurbok. It is good to grieve kin, and it can be good to be angry. But Little Blood must not let this anger turn into despair, else he will one day do something bad.
Sire always say the same thing. Big Blood right. Noach sorry. He be calm now.
It's all right, Noag. They all understand. So he just went out here to show the tribe he is strong and to unleash his anger?
No, not only. He needs something from the Eric. It's, how say, guts?
Should Sazka dare to ask why?
It's surprise for Crumple Noach make with Zeramak. Noach can take guts, Big Blood?
Sure, but he will accompany them afterwards. It is better this way. Let Akrog see.
Rat them! They go back to Zeramak now?
Soon.
Moonblood, he is back. It is true. Crumple!
Moonblood, Mugwa prays he's safe. Zeramak no see him since sunup. Where he go?
Out in wild to find Eric Gert, but he should have gone with kin. He's sorry.
He Moonblood. Noag no need be sorry to lowly Zeramak. He do what Mugwa tell him.
Akrog needs Zeramak.
What he need? Ah, chieftain back. Good, good.
Little Blood? You wanted to give Zeramak something?
True. Here, Noak found it. It's so sticky.
Smells as nice as it looks.
True, could work. Can Chieftain give Zeramak moment? Look. Pretty. Like Zeramak.
What is this? A hammer?
A song bone, like greenskin slave drums. But this one makes long sounds like an iron beak's call.
They mean music?
It is true. This is for Crumb, then, Noag. What is the occasion?
They see.
All right.
Find out. Look at this! The fabled moon blood. Noag, is it not? It's true. Well. Noag truly has his sire's blood. A prime specimen. And Grunwar says he has no signs of the rot at all. No weak bones. No stunted tusks. Nothing?
None. He's not even old enough to hunt yet, but already stronger than some warriors by his 5th year. Grunwar believes he will grow even bigger. Chieftain Narjak aside, Magua praise him, Noag is the strongest moonkin that there ever was.
Well, then Cabrax hopes Noag will sire many cubs. Perhaps one with a Bone King, though.
Noag is standing right here, they know.
It is just mating. So, have the Moonkin shaped the tooth yet?
He will be back when, for now, can he ask Cabrax some questions?
By the holy hide, Akrog, just ask.
The Moonkin's great warrior, Nurbok, fears the tribe being here will draw the Tusk Hunters near. Cabrax fears it not?
Cabrax fears.
And yet, he agreed to do the devouring.
And he told Akrog why. The brittle-bone hunters are dangerous. But the moment Trollkind allows them to crush their traditions and the law, they have won.
Words worthy of a chieftain. Also remember there are no signs of hunters wide and far. They are probably scavenging the kin they killed last moon.
They speak true. Akrog has been meaning to ask this. Why is the Bonekin tribe so small? With their hex power and their gifts, they could become one of the greatest tribes on Urgith.
And what good would that do? Look around, Akrog. This shrine is not big enough to shelter many trolls at once. Especially not if they are fat like Cabrax.
They could build shelters around it.
True, maybe they could. But they would be harder to shield against enemies of the tribe, and draw more attention to the cradle. Also, it was never the Bonekin's calling to grow big. They are the guardians of the cradle, the servants of Mugwar. No more, and no less.
How can it be the Bonekin have not been cursed by the rot? Many other troll tribes have.
That is a good question. One Cabrax has often asked the bones about.
And what did the wise bones say?
That the cradle protected them. It is the only explanation. There were a few Bonekin whose flesh was cursed, but they were all wanderers who spent many moons away from the shrine when the cursing happened.
This makes sense. Then perhaps the power of the cradle could cure the blood rot too.
Cabrax and the Seers thought the same thing. That is why they allowed the 4 Bonekin, who returned ill to the shrine, to sleep right next to the cradle.
hoping Mugwa would mend their flesh.
She helped them not.
Cabrax is certain she tried, but she could not. All four are now floating in the moonlit river.
Akrog knows they have spoken of this before, but is there truly no way the Bonekin can let all the Moonkin into the cradle for the devouring? Tradition demands.
That all kin see the chosen chieftain devour the heart. Cabrax knows, but there were enough fools in the tribe who wanted the Moonkin not to come here as it is, rot and all. And Cabrax wanted not to cause more grunting. 12 chosen Moonkin warriors, and the elders of the tribe can witness it. The rest will have to stay outside in the tribe camp.
Of course. Akrog understands.
No one here!
Interesting. What is Agrog waiting for? They need to bring the tears to the Bonekin.
Akrog will leave now.
He will.
Sharp tusks and thick hide, then.
Let Grungwa take a closer look.
Chosen chieftain, over here!
Slig, there he is.
No, I'll go look.
It was good of chosen chieftain Akrog to come. Is he ready to shield Slick?
He's ready.
Oh, wonderful. Let them see how much lovely scrap is waiting for them in there.
This looks interesting.
Mogwar's tusks! Look at this place! Slick's not sure where to start.
Slig should keep his voice down. He was right not to come here alone. Akrog is sure there are enemies around every corner.
Slick cannot promise to be calm, chosen chieftain, but he will try.
Akrog likes not this place. He wonders what happened.
Keep those Araks away from Slick.
Worry not. Akrog will crush them. Just get that scrap.
He will. This makes a nice change from all the thinking Slick has been doing lately.
What thinks he about?
Slick will tell him if he promises to keep crushing those Araks. Well, Slick likes to think about the trolls he knows. And the ones he has known.
Has Slig lost someone close to him, too?
It is true. And not as recently as the chosen chieftain, of course. Slig likes to remember his old friend, Zanuck.
Zanuck? Akrog knows not that name.
They had been friends since they were cubs. Slig will never forget the day when Zanuck asked him to be his trusted one.
What happened to him?
The blood rot took him. He got hurt out in the swamps, and it seemed like he was getting better. But then, the rot took over and he was gone. Slick was with him when he died. He hoped Zanuck knew he was there.
Together, to the very end. That is the promise trusted ones make. Akrog is sorry Slig lost him, and in such a way.
Chosen chieftain speaks true. Anyway, there is no time for moping. There is scrap to be found. Slick thinks this might be the last of it. One Alex again!
Akrog will take care of them. Is he nearly done?
Slig is a fast worker, chosen chieftain. They can head back in a flash. Unless he is not in a hurry to return.
Well, there is just so much to take care of. He would like to help Slig for longer, but
duty calls. Slig understands. It cannot be like the old times anymore. Not once he is chieftain. The chieftain can still have fun, though. He should not forget.
He will try not to. At least Little Blood is good at reminding Akrog to be less serious.
That is good. Noag Moonblood makes them all smile. He is such a sweet troll behind that thick hide and those strong arms.
The tribe is lucky to have a troll like him who can bring joy and hope.
No